Welcome back to the After School Project. I hope at this point you're already subscribed and you've liked and watched our previous videos. I was going to do today's episode as a podcast episode, but we're still working on getting guests onto the show and onto the episode. But our previous video was targeted more towards those who didn't do as well in their matric exams. But today's one is a relaxed one for those who actually got accepted into institutions of higher learning. So these could be colleges or universities. And I just quickly want to talk about the mentality shift that is necessary before you get into college or before you start with your classes, because presumably, if you're watching this, you already have gotten acceptance into college. You're probably in the registration process, or you're probably just waiting for your classes to begin, whether online or in person. I see a lot of universities are trying to implement in person learning again this year, and that might be exciting for many people, especially for people going to varsity for the first year. But for those who took advantage of the online systems in the past 2 years, that might not be as exciting as it is for the first years. But basically, there are two things that I think you should consider in your mentality shift as you go into university this year. I think the first one you need to know is that unlike high school, being the smartest kid in the class might not be as beneficial in university as it was in high school. And this does not mean that you need to be not smart. We encourage you to be a smart person. And if you're already naturally a gifted person in grasping information quickly, that's a good thing. But I think in some cases in high school, that alone may be able to cut it. But university prides itself in the amount of work that it throws upon you. In fact, some of the lecturers pride themselves in being the first ones to give you a damn load of work that you need to complete very quickly. So even if you're the smartest person, just the workload on its own might be a difficult thing to cope with. So you need to be able to find and channel the hard worker inside of you. And this is something that I was not in high school. My friend Paya Sidiso, hopefully Sidiso is watching this, but Sidiso and I used to tease other kids in high school that the marks that they get from their hardest work is what we get when we didn't study for a test. I know it was mean. We were young. We were very young. We did not know what we were talking about. But in varsity, you need to be very hardworking. I think the person who succeeds in varsity is the hardest worker in the room. And that literally needs to be your mentality. If you're already a super hard worker in high school, I think that might be even more beneficial for you. But you're probably going to need to step it up, because these lectures don't play. Some of my friends now are lecturers, and in our conversations, they're always talking about, man, I'm already hitting them with that test one. I'm already hitting them with that assignment. I remember my maths lecturer in varsity he actually came, he and his friend came with this very difficult calculus to CUT that was not there before they arrived. But one of them used to say, I will not mention him by name because I do not have his consent. But he used to say that his intention is to make us suffer slowly, and that's how passionate some of these lecturers are with the amount of hard work they will heap upon you. So just being the smartest kid in the class might not cut it. I think the second thing that might help you in terms of mentality shift is the ability to manage your time. And especially if you are attending in-person classes, when you first get to varsity, there's a lot going on. There's a lot more going on in varsity, obviously, than there was in high school. But there's going to be a lot more extramural activities. And if you're a person interested in extramural activities, you'll have extramural activities galore. I'm not sure what the situations will be like with the COVID and the regulations, but there's always a lot more to do in varsity, other than just studying. And these things are going to be competing for your time, and some of them will happen at times where you need to be focusing on stuff that have deadlines. For example, um, if CUT is going to have full session in-person learning, I know there's going to be freshers ball, but even before the freshers ball, there's already like 4 events, parties that happen beforehand. Never mind the other events that are not official, that are happening off campus and in other places. So those things are going to be competing for your time. And it's not only parties that are going to compete for your time. You're meeting new people. You're going to want to hang around with these people. You want to get to know people more. You want to chill. You want to attend other things that are happening in varsity. But before you know it, you're writing test 1. You have assignments to submit for every subject or every module, as they may refer to. And if you do not manage your time correctly, and correctly is however you cope with, if you do not manage your time in a way that's going to help you be successful, then you're going to have a huge problem. And I know in high school it's quite easy for somebody to leave out a project and just do whatever they can in the last minute and submit a not so well done project. I was guilty of this again, but that may not cut it in university, and they are very heavy on deadlines. And these are not people that you're going to be as close to as you were to your high school teachers. These are not people that you can sweet talk your way into and twist their arms into a late submission, especially in your first year, because maybe as the years go by, you may get to know them better and they may allow you to twist their arm here and there. But time management is going to be very important. So those are the 2 things. Firstly, you need to be extremely hardworking. Secondly, you need to be very good at managing your time. And I think that's enough for this video. It's already becoming too long, but please remember to like this video if you found this content valuable, and share this video with somebody who may need the information. Maybe you are already beyond your university years, or you are beyond your first year, but you know somebody who's going to be in first year that might need to hear this information. Share this video with them. Let's get this channel to grow. Remember, our purpose is to prepare you for your after school life while you are still in school. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.